welcome to Schofield's Flowers Social Hour, 21st episode. Enjoy the show. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Schofield's Flowers Social Hour. I'm Steve Schofield. They call me Scof.
And I'm Chris Fratty. People call me Fratty.
What's up, Fratty? How are we doing today?
I'm good, Scof. Weather's finally turned. I got the flannel on. I got, nice warm hat, keeping my bald head, warm now. And for anyone that's not in California watching this, when I say it's cold here, I'm saying it's like 60 out. So, real cold for us Californians.
I know, but it does get down to 40 something. We got the extra blanket on the bed right now. So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
you're getting ready for bed and you're like,
Yeah, no, it gets cold here at night, especially for our standards. But it always makes me laugh when you got to compare places because sometimes it's just what you're used to. When I was out
yeah,
in Phoenix, it would be 110, 115, and then at night it only drops down to like 100, and it's
yeah.
still hot. And then my dad would be like, "Hey, we're having a heat wave. It's 95 here," and I'm like, "Dad, we're not even going to see 95 for another month. Like I would love 95 right now." And
Right.
then I would come home and visit, and it would be like 75 out at night. I'm putting a hoodie on.
Yeah.
And just,
Now,
5 years earlier, I was living in Massachusetts, and when it hit 45, I was wearing a hoodie and shorts, walking around. And
yeah.
when it was 20, I was wearing a jacket, and, I'd come home and it would be 65 out, and I'm wearing shorts and a t-shirt with the AC on in the car. So it's like, it's all relative and what you're used to.
I know. It's like I'm being from Chicago and directing traffic back in the day when I was a cop. It was like crazy. I mean, I'd be out there freezing to death. Like good, I was dancing pretty much. Like, let's go, people, let's go, move it.
Yeah.
Dancing cop. If we would have had beats going to DJ, it would have looked fantastic. So it is what it is. So what have you been up to? I know you're into the self-defense thing. You've been doing that still?
Yeah, still doing that every week. Just working on my draw technique, and then practicing some situational stuff, and
Guys?
yeah, so doing that once a week. Actually doing it with my dad, so it's kind of fun to
Oh,
do it
well,
with
that's
him.
great.
Yeah, and he has some, crazy story going on with a neighbor of his where like he's like, honestly, this is the perfect time to know this because the things this guy's doing, it's going to help me de-escalate and, get this guy out of here. And he's, had to call the cops a few times. And so you never know, like one day you're going about your life normal, and then some punk
Yeah.
wants to get and interfere. So it's good. And then playing my weekly hockey, with a bunch of guys that have been doing it for a while on a private skate, and that's pretty much it. It's been low key with all the holidays coming up. Kind of just mellowing out.
I'm gonna actually go into the garage today, which I dread, and try to find my hockey gear
Oh
because I've
man.
been talking with a buddy of mine, Dave Waite, and he's an animator here in town, and he's playing hockey like 4 days a week. I'm like,
Oh my
dude, you're
gosh.
he's like 49 years old. I'm like, I haven't played and like I got to come out. So they're doing, there's that little rink in Van Nuys. It's the Russian rink they call it, and it's like half the size. Not half. It's probably like it has the blue lines and it has the red lines, but you're really tight in. It's the size of. It's a little bigger than a figure skating rink that they would have on the side at another rink,
Yeah.
right? It's not as big. Where you play probably more 3-on-3, but
Hmm.
they play 5-on-5. The goalies and then 5-on-5, and
Wow.
I'm like thinking about going out and doing it. So I had to borrow. I got a new shaft and a stick from Step and had a few laying around. So
Nice.
I'm looking forward to that. And then we designed a smoking jacket, which is online right now,
Yep.
and super
Beautiful.
excited. Oh, it came out great, dude. I'm so excited
And
about it.
and just as you said before, your girl, the guy's getting it, the girls are gonna want it. My wife is like, I was like, oh yeah, do you see Scof, is getting into fashion and designing some, jackets and everything. She's like, I saw that. Those blue roses are just beautiful. And I'm like, oh great, here we go. Like I'm gonna get one and I'm never gonna see it. I'm gonna look
Yeah.
at my closet and find it on her side.
Well, it's funny because I'll show you something that's really great. I had a client ask about it, and I had Nicola um, she put it on like it's just with her jeans.
Right. Yeah. No, I
Right?
think it's
And
so
then
versatile.
it's so versatile, and then wrapped up here, just like
Yep, I can see it.
yeah, yeah,
There it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
So I
perfect.
mean, it's fantastic. I mean, it's silk, and it's got the shag carpet, shag on it, and yeah, you can. It's great. I'm very excited. So now I'm going to reach out to Schofield Watch Company and see if I can get them to be on their site to be a distributor for them if people want to buy it. It's from London. They're from London.
Yeah.
It's the watches are like very elegant. It's the type of
Mhm.
watch you wear with a smoking jacket.
Mm.
And we'll see if they let us do it and put it online and the whole bit.
And if I recall, your dad always used to say, if you're not early, you're late, right? So it'd be just fitting that you had a watch to go along with it.
Oh, you got to have that. And then we'll probably get into some slippers and ascots, and then probably some loungewear with that you can wear. I mean, look, that's what we're going to be doing. We're in loungewear. So if you're going to have a party at home with your wife,
Hmm.
put on or put on a smoking jacket and be elegant for her for one night rather
Right.
than wearing a hoodie and sweatpants, right? I mean, to me, that's when we started the social club. It was all about getting dressed up and come and meeting
Mhm.
some of your clients. And again, that's how I got the job with Netflix, from Brian Jarman coming over and hanging out and loving what we did. And he's like, next time I got an opportunity like this, I'm going to call you. And he did. And now we're leading into a possible Amazon job. So I just reached out to a couple of friends. I sent it out to a couple of clients, and they're buying it now. And one client said, "Give me a call from a publicist." So I'm going to give him a call today. He said he might have a project. So the
That's
smoking
awesome.
jacket led into getting a possible gig.
There
How
you
can I?
go.
And people look at me like I'm fucking nuts sometimes. Well, I am, but still.
I do look at you like you have four eyes all the time. I'm just like,
Yeah.
what is he doing? But with the projects and the things that you're doing, I 100% stand behind. I'm a big proponent of, putting mixers together, getting your clients out and getting your clients to know each other and, have some fun, mixing it up with some drinks, some activity, whatever it is. I mean, and I believe in it so much, and it just so happens to be I work in, that industry, and I think
Right.
I'm successful at it because I believe in it so much. Like, if I didn't work in entertainment sales, like, I would be a client and have entertainment as a tool to, network with my clients and my clients to network with them. And so I think it's a great thing that you're doing, and it obviously is leading to some great business for you.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Thank you. So, cut to we got our PA, our first PA
Uh,
at Schofield's Flowers,
We've
Tommy
had
Harkey in the house.
yeah, we've had some terrible luck with PAs. We had Tommy for like 5 episodes, then we didn't have anyone. Then we got, Stephen Bridges to do it for a little while, the whiskey spy, he was
Yeah.
PAing, and then, he threw a tantrum, got drunk or something, I don't know. And then we had your niece for a hot minute, and,
Yeah.
I haven't seen her since that episode. So if there's anyone out there that's looking for some PA work, let me tell you, it doesn't pay well.
Yeah.
Very, Scof is very difficult to work with,
Yeah.
very high maintenance, all that, but it's available. So if you're looking for something, let us know. Scof at schofieldsflowers.com. Send your resumes. We'll get a PA, real soon.
Yeah. 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 Well, we're excited. I mean, when we had when we were working, we told Tommy we had we were make sure you dress up in a suit, right?
Yep.
And we were interviewing Riley and his partner for music and everything, and he showed up. Came back from the beach and he was in his suit. Only
Yep.
problem was it was a wetsuit for surfing.
Yeah. I mean, I we talk about all of his successes, but if you would have asked me at that point, is this kid going anywhere? I would have been like, nah, not a chance. I mean, he had that. I mean, he's invested his life savings into Bitcoin, and then that tanked, and came back. Or hopefully he kept his money in it.
Yeah,
But he wrote a musical, and
I
had
know,
that performed. He's in a
I
band,
know.
Federal Ave, which we talk about there, and so sometimes people will surprise you. You just got to give them a chance.
He is doing fantastic. I mean, he's got that Boston edge,
Yep.
and he is fantastic, and he's going to do very well. I still get a kick out of him teaching surf lessons, and you
Right?
guys, you'll learn more about that in our episode. But yeah, I couldn't ask for a better friend, and he showed up at the Valentine's get together looking dapper as ever, turtleneck, beautiful jacket and slacks, and his girlfriend was all dressed in the nines. So it was a good time that night, and I, he's always going to be there for us. So we love you, Tommy Harkey. You're the best PA
Absolutely.
we ever
Well, let's
had.
kick it over to the interview with Tommy.
Yep.
Scof, I don't know, where's your glasses? How can you even see us
I
right
don't
now?
know. I've been in production all day, and I got a new PA, and I don't know what she did with him.
So you don't even know who we have on today.
I don't. Hang on. Let me take a peek. Oh my God, the one and only.
The one and only PA Tommy.
Yes.
Tommy.
Well, my name's Thomas, but people call me Tommy. Just trying to join you guys.
Tommy Harkey from Boston. How you doing, buddy?
Real good. Thanks for having me.
That's good. I have another. I hired. I when you left, we needed another PA, and I got one right here. She's holding the picture up behind me.
Oh.
It's a great episode for her to be on too. I mean, she can learn from the best of what not to do,
Yep.
proper clothing etiquette of, when people say to dress up, wear a suit, the different kinds, how not to quit on the job, just a few weeks in. Very good life lessons you can learn on this episode.
Oh, yeah. All that
so
happened.
Yeah. Well, Fratty, I'm not going to keep you too long. Why don't you just say hi? Damn it.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. This is Fratty Scof on IG. She's my niece, and she's one of the best singers. And she saw your play and your Federal Ave. So we're going to get you all together.
Yeah, let's jam.
Sweet. Let's do it.
All right. She's already quit too. Her arms are getting tired. I'm out of here.
We have a bad track record.
Longer than me.
So, well, so good to see you, buddy.
I see you too. Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah, probably over a year, right?
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, probably over a year.
Yeah.
Well, I came to the Valentine's Day thing, but that was 2000. Oh no, that was 2020.
Oh, and you know what? Thank you so much for coming to my Valentine's get together at Schofield's Flowers. You and your girl there looked fantastic. The turtleneck looked great on you.
Thank you.
And you know what? People would ask me why I do Schofield's Flowers Social Club, right? Well, I just got awarded and just wrapped it up. Been 30 days in production on a Netflix campaign for the Chicago 7. We built a photo exposition in Grant Park in my hometown, Chicago, and it went fantastic. It looks so beautiful. I brought on Andrew Luff, one of the best experiential guys I know, and directing now with us. And Heather, my producer, DePietro, just killed it. And I literally just got back on Tuesday night, and I'm still reeling. And I'm actually sad because it was such a great production. And now you talk to everybody every single day at 5 o'clock, and now we're not talking because we're over with the job, and we're wrapping and everything.
It's always weird, yeah.
It's always a weird because now it's got to go hunt for the next one,
Right.
Yeah, Scof, that looked great. I was following along, obviously, remotely of everything you got going on there, and it just looked really cool. I wish I could have been there to see those murals out in the park and everything you guys had gone over there. I got the movie slated to watch on Netflix, so I'm gonna have to watch that here shortly.
I watched it a few days ago. I loved it.
Terrific. I mean, have you seen it?
Yeah, it's real good. I didn't know anything about the Chicago 7.
Oh, really?
So
okay.
that was, yeah. It was a great movie. The Borat guy, he did really good.
Oh, he did fantastic.
Sasha, whatever, Cohen. Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, all the characters. And, Tom Hayden was a congressman here in California and was married to Jane Fonda for many, many years. And they were very active back then. So, yeah, it just felt good to be in Chicago. The weather was a little chilly, but it still felt good, the crisp air. And the restaurants are all open and everything. So I wanted to, we went out to dinners and everything. And it's very COVID protected. They had us, you got to wear your mask. You got to have it over your nose. I mean, if it even slips, please put it on over your nose. If you had drinks at the bar, they had partitions that were glass partitions or like plastic. And and just everybody being as careful as they could. So it was just felt good to be in a city and do something. And
Yeah.
although it was a little slower, there were a lot of people in the park. I told the client, there was a QR code, and I said, not as many people hit the QR code to actually get the podcast of the series, which we did and directed in 2-minute pieces for each stop. But and I don't know why that is, but maybe next time we'll even do an augmented reality piece in regards to hit the picture in an augmented reality that actually, the trailer shows up or whatever, or that scene. And but yeah, overall it went great, and the city has changed so much since I've been back. It's crazy. I haven't been on that the south side, and it's just the south portion of the loop in over, oh my God, it's probably been well over 25 years. And it used to be just the stockyards, and now it's like this insane, beautiful area of really
That's
cool
awesome.
mixed couples and art and in the park, and it was fantastic. I can't say enough about it. So thanks for
Speaking
following.
of coming back, we got Tommy back. After he left us
I
high
know.
and dry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had to be the talent and the producer and the PA. I mean, Scof had me, working like a whipping boy. I think we did like 5 more episodes, and then I was like, Scof, this is enough. I can't do it all.
Yeah, I'm still
You're not
sorry about
pulling your
that.
weight.
Yeah.
And then we hired someone else, but he was busy getting drunk with whiskey all the time, so that kind of
Yeah, right.
took a tough. And he was our butler too, which was a great added value that you never provided. But
My bad.
what have you been up to, Tommy?
Oof. Been up to a lot. Well, since I guess I don't know if anyone would know, but I met Scof in 2016 at the beginning.
Yep.
When I was
Yep.
I was a senior in college, and so I started working for Scof as a PA.
Yeah, this is your big moment. You've never been on. You've always tried to get on, but we just shoo you off.
Yeah.
Tell your story, Tommy.
Yeah, that's great. You're you're a hard worker, dude.
Yeah, well, I started as PA, and then started like editing some videos for Scof too. Then graduated, and I think it was the next year when you started the podcast though.
Yeah.
Back,
Yeah, I think it was like summer-ish, 2017, I want to say.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I do film stuff. I do music. I don't even know where to begin. But
well, let's see. You did a few episodes with us, and then you got hired on to some big rock movie. Is that right?
Yeah, Skyscraper. It's a Dwayne Johnson movie. But yeah, once that started, I couldn't. I mean, I was there 70 to 80 hours a week. It was every single day, long hours. So I couldn't really be your PA anymore. So my bad. That's on me. But yeah.
And then, so I know that since you left, I mean, the first thing you did is you got into being an editor for the movies and things like that. Then you became a surf instructor to keep going.
Yeah, so I do a lot of different things, but the surf instructor one was pretty funny. So after one of the movies ended, I went to the beach because I didn't have a job. I was probably just going to the beach, but I saw people giving surf lessons, and I was like, and I've surfed like one time at this point, but I couldn't like actually stand up or anything. But I just went up to the guy and asked if he needed help to give lessons, and he said, I got to see you in the water first. Maybe we'll schedule a time next week to see you in the water, see if you're all right. I'm like, okay. I got home, but I got a text from him about like 2 hours later. Actually, can you give a lesson tomorrow morning? I'm like, yep, I guess this is happening. So I had to YouTube how to surf and then also how to give lessons. And then I went to the beach the next day.
And ever since, surfer. That's great.
Ever since I've been surfing a lot though, and I still give lessons on the side when I'm not doing, I guess, other things. But yeah, I mean, at first it was pretty bad though. People always, I was a terrible instructor the first few weeks. Yeah.
Well, the hardest thing about, I don't know, Fratty, have you surfed before?
Never.
It's hard. It's like you're on the board and it's wiggling, right? Like back and forth like this. And then you got to really.
You got to let go. You got to let go of the side scope. You
got to pop up. You got to pop up. But my belly always got in the way of my pop up. So I like get it all. And then, you go off. So I've gotten up a few times, but catching a wave is so hard.
Yeah.
But
Sounds like you
catching them,
need some
man.
lessons, man. I know a guy.
I know a guy.
Yeah, yeah, Fratty, we should go out and take lessons from
Dude,
Tommy.
that would
Make a
be
switch ups,
hilarious. But
GoPros and front.
but I need a Scof Speedo if I'm doing it.
Oh,
I got one for you.
Perfect.
I'll be
Or
right
the,
back. I'm gonna get it.
oh, is it? I don't want to give it away, but I feel like I know what this is.
I know exactly what this is.
Yeah.
It's the only way Scof gets anywhere near down south. He made pillows so people would sleep with them.
I hope he puts it on.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad.
I mean, I might be a little disgusted, but
Yeah,
yeah.
It's PG-13.
Yeah, most people are probably listening anyway. So.
Did you watch the Bill Burr SNL?
Yeah. I just watched the opener.
Okay. He had and Scope, this is great for you. He had a sketch at the end, and it was like he came back from being locked up, and it's like how the mob is different now because of all the political climate's different. And so he's like talking to one of the guys, and he's like, "Hey, Jimmy the Nose," and he was like, "Well, I don't go by that name anymore." And he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, naming people after their body parts is very, like, I have a self complex from it and everything." And he's like, "What do you mean? We're in the mob, and then like there's like this black girl, and he's like, "And where's this colored person doing here?" And they're like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, you can't be saying that." And he's like, and they're like looking around, and then like, I don't know, it's just really funny to of a skit. He did a great job on it. I liked his monologue. I just like that he's real. Like, he doesn't sugarcoat anything. Like, he doesn't seem to be like, he's not political about things, but he's just like lets it fly. And it's just like,
Bill's a Boston guy. That's why.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It was
Well,
good though.
anybody that comes from Boston is going to be a hard worker, and they get the job done. And I'm super happy for you, Tommy. I mean, I know that you also had your musical, right? And now you also tell us about the musical called Jeff. And I mean, I was out of town, but I know Jesse, my producer, went to, or my PR person went to it. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So on the side, I also, well, now it's become more than just the side because I have a band now too. But I started in film. I always loved, making movies, short films, and documentaries and whatnot. But then the love for music came when my roommate, he's an incredible piano player. So we'd always just like write these stupid songs, and it kind of just started as a joke. But they got better and better, and we had this kind of funny idea that if Jeff had a brother named Jeff, if Jesus had a brother named Jeff, and he was just like God's other son, that's like a total loser. But then we just started putting songs down, and over like 2 years we wrote a musical, and then once we had it, I had worked on a few movies at this point at Universal and Warner Brothers, so I knew some film people, and we got a bunch of actors and a band together. We rehearsed it, and I invited like everybody I know in the film industry and put on a musical for the first time.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what?
People like it.
Yeah, and it's the thing is that I've never been one to say like I can't do that. I just go do it.
Yeah, no, me either.
And you just go do it, and that's it's and if you would have, luckily it went well. But even if you fail when you try something, that's even if you fail and you try something, then you tried it, and it's off it's off the checklist, right?
And that's how this music thing happened. I wrote this like funk song, and I was like, I don't know who the hell could sing this song. So I went to this church. It's called West Angeles Church in Crenshaw, and one day I just went, and I was like, I got this song. Can I talk to someone in your choir? Maybe I could pay them, $100 to come just sing it for me. And they're like, they brought me to the music department, and the lady there was like, oh, maybe this guy Cedric would want to do that. And I left my number. I think like an hour or two later, I got a text from a guy named Cedric saying, hey, I'm interested in doing it. And next thing you know, about a week later, he comes in. Well, we meet for coffee first, just so, he would probably wanted to make sure that I wasn't, very sketchy, which I'm surprised he didn't think I was, to be honest. But no, we just kind of became friends. He came, recorded it, and I'm actually at his house right now. He's over there. So we recorded this song. There's Cedric.
Hey, Cedric, how you doing, my man? I saw the video. It's fantastic.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah, here, come sit over here. And after we recorded that one song, he started coming over to my house, and Cedric's got an incredible voice. We just kind of got a band together. And next thing you know, we're booking shows, and we're playing at the Mint. We had a show booked in Sassafras. I heard you talk about that because you had a pop-up right there, right?
Yep.
But then Corona hit, so all our shows got canceled. We only had a couple. We started at the beginning of this year, but we just put down our first album at the end of August. We just recorded with the band, and it'll probably come out in a couple months. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Wow. And you know what? And then by that time, hopefully, we'll be able to do some stuff. It'll be a little more distant wise, but still. I wanted to mention that there's a guy I deal with by the name of Jonathan Scott, and he's got his own studio that for very, very reasonable, $100 an hour, you could go into the studio and then you could do a full-on show there in Vegas, and he can zoom up to 100 people on the big screen. And now they can have people in too. So you could do a combo of people in the studio, zooming, everything. So if you guys are interested, hey, we're going to do our online show, let us know. You should check it out.
Yeah. In the next couple of months, we'll have a bunch of material to share. Yeah.
Hey, can you move your camera over a little bit so we can see you a little bit more, Tom?
Yeah. Sorry. Here we go.
Yeah. Tommy, I don't even know if you knew, but since last, I moved down to Orange County. I was working for a local soccer team, but since then, I'm with Live Nation now.
Oh, that's right.
I've been working at a venue in Orange County since last August. Obviously, we're shut down. Right. No concerts for the foreseeable future. On our latest call with the CEO, we're looking, positively forward that by summer next year we'll have a full lineup, and then a full year come 2022. But Scof, that would be a great, once things are coming back, do the pop up in the venue, have Tommy and his band on stage.
Yeah.
Kind of
whole. I can have Franny and who you met. You didn't meet him, Cedric, but Franny, my niece, and they're both from Boston, and one went to Berkeley, and he's a piano player and plays horns. They could do a little opening act, and then you guys come in and do the main act. But I'd love to have you do Schofield's Flowers. It'd be great.
Oh, for sure.
Sweet, man. Of
course. Yeah, it'd be great, because we get 70 people come out, and if it's a bigger venue, I probably get 150, 200 come out. But the cool thing is that I made it so it was work related. It's a social club. We're all in the business. Come socialize and try to make money together. How do we work together, right? And I just got this Netflix campaign, and boom, I'm working with them. So it's a great feeling to know that it actually worked, because I was listening to my wife bark in my ear that, why are you spending the money?
Well, I know, I think we talked about it before, Scof, and Graham, but same philosophy that him and I have kind of had with our clients. It's your clients, you could just have a business relationship with them, but if you can find that way to take it beyond into a friendship, then you have a client for life. But even more so, if my clients become friends with themselves, that's added value that costs them nothing.
Yep.
And you'll always have that connection back. And it's just it's like a spider web that just grows and grows. Well, hey, it's how you guys met. And then I'm sure, you guys have met someone else through each other. Tommy, you met Cedric. I'm sure you met someone else through Cedric. And Cedric, you met someone else through Tommy or whatever. And it's all of a sudden this network of people grow. And then all of a sudden you're well, these are the people I trust. These are the people I like. When I need something, I look through this network of people for that job. I may not need all the time, but when I do, these are my preferred people. And he does with his company like quarterly Scotch nights, and he just invites out CTOs that they do business with, and people that should meet each other and know each other, and then they just go drink Scotch and have a good time. But it leads to business down the road and pays for itself tenfold.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Scof, you know better than anyone. I mean, I kind of learned it from you. Just talk to everybody, and next thing you know, you never know who you're going to work with. And I just don't care about getting rejected at all. I'm pretty shameless. I just walk up to whether it's girls or
whether it's your surf lessons or
just honestly just go for it. And next thing you know, you could become really good friends with
and be super successful. I mean, and you went into God's house of all places to go find somebody to get. I believe in. I mean, I'm not. Well, I got my cross on. Actually, I just got the cross.
It's a killer cross.
And it's also got a fucking knife to it. Excuse me, dear God, I didn't mean that. I got an actual weapon on me. See?
Oh my God.
And then I got this bullet here too, Tom. It's got your name on it, I think. So
nice.
Yeah.
Is that because I quit?
Yeah.
More or less.
We've been looking for you. He keeps saying, I think he's in the LBC somewhere. No, but it's nice that you guys actually, you hooked up. Listen, you were smart. Where am I going to go get a guy to play my song? And you go to a church that's doing gospel, right?
Yeah,
that's
amazing.
That
was it. And just, I mean, like, I didn't even think twice about it. It was a very nonchalant. I was sitting with my friend on the couch who visited me. He was from Massachusetts as well. So he's on vacation, and I'm just sitting on the couch. It was right after I finished the song. I'm like, sorry, Jimmy, but I just left him. I'm like, I think if I go to a church, maybe I can find. And it was just an idea, and then just hopped in the car and went and left Jimmy behind. So sorry, Jimmy, if you're listening.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're a doer.
But now, me and Cedric.
Cedric, tell me about the church is called what? Because I want to go sometime. Do they do Sunday?
Oh, it was awesome.
Well, West Angeles Church of God in Christ, but right now all churches are basically closed. So they do online every Sunday on YouTube and things like that if you want to check it out.
It's called West Angeles Church
of God in Christ.
Of God in Christ. Okay.
Scof, when it opens up, I'll go with you. It was awesome. I went like a month after I met Cedric. It was Easter or whatever. So I went for the Easter one, and Magic Johnson was there, and it was like probably 4,000. It was 4,000,
5,000 people.
It was like a gigantic concert. It was awesome.
That's fantastic.
Wow. It was fun.
Scof, I saw you were at the church in Chicago where, was it Jaime the Weiss got killed?
Yep. I went by there. I did a little tour. I put it out on Insta. It was crazy being in my old neighborhood. So Jaime the Pole Weiss was the hitman for Dan O'Banion, who was killed in Schofield's Flowers in 1922. Then Jaime the Pole Weiss, along with Bugs Moran, took over the gang. Jaime used to go to church every day at noon mass because he probably killed somebody every day, right? He was Jewish and Polish, yet he went, and there was no synagogue near anywhere, so he just went to the Catholic church because it was convenient. It was right across the street, so they knew his modus of operandi, his MO. He'd come out of church, go down the stairs, stop, hit a cigarette, light a cigarette, body cart with him, and the minute he lit a cigarette, bam, 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 they shot him dead from the flop house next door and a car driving by, and he died right there on the corner.
Wow.
So crazy, right? And then the building across the street where the flower shop was is now becoming a massive high rise.
Dude, that looks so crazy.
It's so weird to see, like, my neighborhood, how much it's changed. And Chicago's beautiful, though, man.
It's sometimes a bummer, though, when, like, I mean, I feel like if the flower shop was still around today, it would be deemed historic. Like, they wouldn't be able to tear it down today. But obviously it got torn down before, they kind of started preserving historic sites. Like in Phoenix, if you go into downtown Phoenix, there's so many businesses that are in old historic houses from the 1800s when they were just setting up shop. And then like I went to a dentist and I had to go into like an old house, and it's like you park in the driveway and you walk through the front door, and each room was a different room, and they just kind of made do. There's bars that they had in them, and it was like, look, this house is historic. Like, we're not going to let you tear it down. You can't, you can preserve it and maintain it, but we're not going to let you change what it looks like, because this is, our history, and they have plaques everywhere of things that go on. But I just feel like if the flower shop building was still around, there was no way they would be able to do anything to it today, and it's a shame that it got taken down.
Well, the crazy thing is I talked to, because I was with one of the best fabricators in Chicago that did these photos for us and mounted them on plexi, 2.5 inches thick. I said, and the location manager, she was fantastic, Kate. I said, I want to take, and there's a parking lot right across from Holy Name Cathedral, and I want to do a movie front set, piece that would be Schofield's flowers. And then just do walls down the side and the back, but it'd be all open. But I'd hang chandeliers, and it'd be like a spring, early summer day. And then when you came in, then we'd have a jazz club in the back, red boots, the whole bit, just dress the whole thing like a really cool shop for like the weekend or for 1 week, and then have private event there, the whole bit.
Yeah.
Have people experience with the flower shop. She goes, "Oh my God, that sounds so good." But you know what they're doing? They're building a high rise right there, right now. And I'm like, you're killing me. So, but I think it's a really cool idea to do, because of COVID still, because I don't know. I mean, I was reading in the papers, we might not even be out of this till 22. That's crazy. Like for sports, Patty, they said, maybe half over 2021. That's sort of insane.
Oh, I saw California finally said they'd allow sports with fans, but you have to be in like the top 2 tiers of being clear. Like, I don't know, it's like a 4-tier system.
Right.
I think LA's in like orange, and then Orange County's in red. Somehow red is better. I don't understand the color system by any means. And then it's like yellow, green, or something like that. I don't know. Whatever the colors are, the 2 worst are what LA and Orange County are in.
Yeah.
And there's only like 4 counties that are in the like top 2. One of them happens to be where the 49ers play, but they're like, whoa, you just sprung this on us. There's no way we can, prepare for having sports, fans at our stadium yet. So, I mean, that's good news. I also saw Disneyland got their rules of what it will take to open up, and it was like basically Orange County has to be in like the basically the highest, best tier kind of a thing, and it was like
It's probably purple.
Yeah, whatever that color is.
I don't know.
But it's like one new case per like 100,000 people to get to that level. So basically there's 3 million people, or give or take, in Orange County. There'd have to be like 30 new cases a day for so many consecutive days, and it's just like,
it's not gonna happen for a while.
Yeah, so like I saw the CEO was on the task force with Newsom, and he left the task force. He was like, "This is ridiculous. I can't believe like these are the regulations you're doing." Yet they're not wide open, but Disneyland or Disney World in Florida has been operating for months now, and I mean,
and they're fine.
I haven't heard of anything happening from it. I know people that have gone, and they were like, it was honestly the best because so many people aren't there. It was easy to social distance, and you got to enjoy the park. So it was like a win-win. But I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. So now what's the next plan? So Federal App is the name of the band.
Yeah.
What's the next? So you can't be in places, but you're creating the video I saw, and then you're creating the album, and then the hope is that you're going to. It's more jazz driven, or what? From what I saw, real quickly. Is there?
I honestly, I hate to put a genre on it because it doesn't doesn't feel like it has a genre. Just feel good music,
I loved it.
Yeah, it's a mix of a lot of different things. Because one of our songs in the album is like bossa nova.
Oh wow!
Yeah, about a Costa Rican girl. Yeah, so it's a wide mix of everything.
you should get your so two people I should introduce you to, and you guys should get out and meet is Riley Urich. Riley is fantastic.
I know Riley.
You remember Riley, right?
Yeah, he it was before he quit. He was there.
No, I was there when he on that
Yeah,
episode.
yeah. When we had
before I
Riley
quit.
and
Yeah,
Tempo.
right.
Yeah. It was before he quit.
We had Riley and Tempo. And
That
then
was
the day you wore your wetsuit. You know, Cedric, we told everybody to wear suits, and he showed up with his wetsuit on.
Oh man!
Of course, it was planned that way, but you know. And Tommy, you acted really good on that. You acted like what the fuck, man?
Tommy the PA and Tommy in real life are vastly different characters. This Tommy
God.
the PA guy, like, is the biggest buffoon you've ever met. And then, you know, Tommy the non-PA is like writing musicals and music and learning how to surf off YouTube and then teaching people, I'm assuming, you know, enough to keep getting work. So
You should look at my Google reviews.
Oh my gosh.
I actually have pretty good reviews as a surfer.
And Google doesn't lie.
Wow.
No. These are real.
Wait till they see this. I'm going to tag your review to this episode and they can learn how you don't know how to surf.
And you know what, Tommy, you'll probably get a job someday off of your great acting skills off of the wetsuit, you know. And next thing you know, you'll be calling me, you're like in the new movie Sea Hunt. Playing
I heard Aquaman 2 is like casting right now. I mean, you could probably get a role there.
You know, I might start auditioning for things. I like acting. I've been acting in these stupid videos that we make too. That we put on
they're great, dude.
It's fun. And
they're great.
I might go for it.
Yeah, you
should.
should. Yeah, you should, dude. You really should. I mean, you're really. I'm super proud of you. I'm really loving everything you're doing. It's fantastic, and I you know what? You're a doer. And you know, thinking about doers, Fratty said he'd wear a Speedo, and Fratty, I got your Speedo right here. This is a Speedo that's been passed around the Schofield family for many years now.
Yeah.
Hasn't been washed once.
Jessica's here, right? And Michael would chase Jessica, and you remember Jess, right? Who worked with
Yes.
you?
Hello.
So Michael would wear the Speedo and chase the girls all over the house. They're like, get out of here, Michael, get away from me.
Oh, man.
Horrible.
Yeah, so good stuff.
Tommy, where can people find all your works?
Well, my Instagram is Harkey, HARKEY. So it looks like Harkey. But the band is Federal Ave, and I don't even know our handle. It's just Federal Ave if you type it in. Federal Ave, AV. There's no E at the end. But we only have one song out now, but in probably a couple months we'll have a whole album, so like 11 more coming. I guess that's it. Federal Ave and TA Harkey.
Awesome.
Yes, sir. And all the music will be on all the platforms as well. Actually, I'll be in hey, maybe next time if I come on the show in February, I'll be in Costa Rica in February promoting one of our songs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because one of the songs is called A Costa Rican Girl, or just Costa Rican, and based on a true story. But
all right, now you gotta tell us the story.
Yeah, now we want to hear the story.
You gotta hear the song. The whole story's in the song.
All right.
But yeah, hopefully it should be done by January, so I'll be going down in February for a few weeks, just promoting it down there and going on a bunch of different bars and whatnot and restaurants. And I know a guy that owns a hotel there, and he knows some people, so I'm just gonna go around and start playing it for people and try to set up some meetings down there. But when I'm there on the beach, it'd be nice to do a little Zoom down there.
Yeah. Well, let's mark it in there.
Right.
That we'll definitely have you.
Add that to the Schofield's Flower road trip list. We got Tennessee, we got Maui, and now we got Costa Rica. Oh, in Chicago.
Tennessee, Maui, and Costa Rica.
We're gonna do a road show, Tommy, of on-site content. Once
you're traveling to all these places?
Yeah.
Yeah. If we can get we just had.
We just need like 1 million views, and we got the traveling podcast going.
Hey, Costa Rica's cheap. A lot cheaper than Maui.
Yeah. Maui would be expensive, but we're super excited about like hitting a few places. We just had Jack King on from LC King Clothing, and I wear a lot of his stuff. He has these great jackets, workwear, and everything. And he's been in business over 100 years. He's like the modern day.
He must be pretty old.
Yeah, right. No,
I was gonna
actually,
say, I feel like
younger than
Scof
me.
probably was there for the first day the company started.
Oh, yes.
Right. But yeah, so we had him on, and yeah, so we got a few other things. But before I forget, I also want to mention that you guys need to stay and get in touch with Dave Curtin. Dave, who you probably DC, you've met him maybe through me, but he works at Song Trader. Look it up right now, and it's SONGTRADR. And you could license all your music through them.
Oh, there's no E?
No E.
Okay. And what's his name?
Song Trader, Dave Curtin. DC, cool. Nickname DC.
Sweet.
Yeah, so he's, I'll send you an email on him. And then, but he'd be great. And then Riley and that would be great for you too,
what does Dave do?
Dave's the VP of licensing.
Awesome.
So he would set you up for licensing any of your music for television, movies, anything. You just give him your entire library, and then contracts, and you get X amount of percentage. And if you hit on a song, let's say for Disney or whatever, then you're making money. Or if it's whoever.
We got one for Disney. We wrote one for that genre.
Yeah. So I mean, it's terrific. I think you should have. And Riley also, who you should meet, is he also has a library that's fantastic. And Riley probably he's got a big library now. And I talked him into doing the library. I was like, dude, you got so much music, you need to put it in the library. So he can categorize your stuff into his stuff. And then when it gets picked up at Song Trader or wherever, then shit starts to happen.
Sweet.
That's cool.
It's like real estate, right? It's like you own some real estate and it grows over a period of time. And then people get to liking your songs and start licensing it for commercials, movies, TV.
Awesome.
What was it? I saw this thing on YouTube about music licensing, and it was regarding The Office, and it was one of their Christmas episodes, and it was like a small little joke in which Michael Scott was like singing the song, "I've got 2 tickets to paradise." Well, I guess it was like a 10-second clip, but the licensing like royalties for them to like do it ended up costing them like $30,000 just to get like they didn't even play the song. He just sang 2 lines or 2 verses from whatever it was, and for them to clear it through the licensing company, it cost like $30,000. So I was like, holy cow, that is insane. Unfortunately, I'm sure the artists only get like a fraction of that fee, but the bigger the fee, the bigger that percentage part goes to the artist. But it was just like, that's insane. Like I would have never known.
Well, the thing that's cool is that you get like, if it gets into wherever, you got bragging rights, right? Now you can really let people know.
The first one's probably the hardest one to get.
Yeah.
But once you get in, then then I think it's like, so that's that. So, but well, I mean, it's like I got another Zoom in 10 minutes that I got to jump on.
Busy man.
I've been on Zoom calls all day, but it's been great. Tommy, it's been like fantastic to catch up with you, and Cedric, it's been nice to meet you. And
you guys,
all the success. I mean, you got a great guy sitting next to you.
Ride his curtails.
Thank you. Well,
and pass our video.
I'm riding his. Huh?
That's what teamwork's all about, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, teamwork all the way. And then share our videos, and we'll share yours, and I'll make sure to drop you a few emails on some people. I'll do an intro to Riley and that again, and then I'll also hit up Dave and do an intro to you, Tommy. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Hey man, thanks for having us on the show.
Yeah, thanks for being on, Tommy, and nice meeting you as well, Cedric. And Can't wait to do part 2 from Costa Rica.
Yeah. Let's do
Oh
that.
yeah, let's do it. February.
All right.
Pencil that in.
I'm putting it down right now on my calendar. February.
Mid-February.
Mid.
Yeah.
Okay. And then the second we can open up and get some people going into a place, I'll definitely have you. I mean, that room's a little small, but what I've been thinking, where you were at for Schofield's Flowers in the Speakeasy, Tom?
Yeah, what in February or the Sass?
Well, like when we can get going again because of COVID, once we can go back into a restaurant full on board and be able to do any entertaining. I told Mike I'd like to take the front Lunetta all night area. Like if you walk through to the restaurant portion, he has a cafe, Lunetta all day, which is more cafe. And then you go in, you go through the kitchen, and then when you go right, you got the Lunetta all night, or Lunetta bar where we set up Schofield's. But then if you turn left, you can, and go past the kitchen, you can be in the Lunetta night evening dining. So I was like, let's do a dinner supper night, a supper dinner, like, and have where we turn all the tables facing, and we'll build a little stage. You don't even need it. You got the mics and everything, and then you guys could do a jazz or do your show.
Yeah, I'll send you a link to our first show at the Mint.
I love to see it.
I think the music actually would be great for something like that.
Yeah. So supper club, basically, that's what I want to have it be. People dress up like you and your girl came that day, and let's have a party. Hey everyone, welcome back to Schofield's Flowers Social Hour. And wow, Fratty, how great was that to get reacquainted with Tommy and to find out how successful he's become since starting his RPA. He must have learned a lot from us, huh?
I was gonna say, I feel like he's just like a little mini Scof protege over there. Has his hands in 3 or 4 cookie jars. The things he gets himself into, I'm just like, I don't know where this came from, but much like yourself, he's finding success in these, niche markets where you're like, I'm going to make a smoking jacket. I'm going to start a social club. I'm doing all these things, and you're finding success in it. And very much so with, Tommy, he's doing the same. So obviously he learned from you. So, makes sense.
He learned from when he had to pull up the carpeting in our first office. Oh my God, that poor guy. It was like you'd have to be it took him and Jessica both trying to rip it up, and then I had to go over and help out. It was just a mess, but you know what, he's a doer, and he's gonna do well. I'm so excited. And he went to a great school in Boston, and he's a true artist, and so I'm super excited for him.
Absolutely. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed it, and I know we talked about his band a little bit, and so following the credits here, we're gonna have his music video from the band Federal Lab.
When the road is dark and there's no signs ahead to tell you where you're going or where you've been, just hang on tight, the sun will rise again, and there's only brighter days ahead. So when you've been betting red and it's been black all night, and you don't seem to see a break in its eye, just hang on tight, the sun will rise again, and there's only brighter days ahead. And I know that it's coming, it's not far on the side, if you ride down the road to see the light. And when you feel the glow, look your head up high, just look out for that sign in the sky. Oh, when you've been working hard and you've been staying strong, but you still feel like life is stringing you along, and just hang on tight, the sun will shine again, and there's only brighter days ahead. Oh, I said there's only brighter days ahead. tight, the sun will shine again, and there's only brighter days ahead.